Are there any circumstances for which an employee should be given more than 3 hours and 40 ounces of fluids to provide a sufficient amount of urine during a collection? No. The department sees no situations for which an employee should be given more than 3 hours and offered more than 40 ounces of fluids to provide a sufficient amount of urine after the first unsuccessful attempt to do so. See 49 CFR Part 40.193, subsection B4. The department regards the first unsuccessful attempt to be very first time the employee comes out of the urination area with less than 45 milliliters of urine. This is true about the first unsuccessful attempt, even if a subsequent attempt during the 3-hour period requires an immediate collection under direct observation because the specimen is outside the appropriate temperature range or shows signs of tampering. See section 49 CFR Part 40.65, subsection B and C. For example, an employee presents an insufficient amount of urine at noon and is urged by the collector to drink up to 40 ounces of fluids distributed through a period of up to 3 hours, 3 o'clock in this example. At 2 o'clock, the employee indicates that he or she can now provide the specimen, enters the collection area, but returns with the specimen outside the acceptable temperature range. The collector immediately conducts an observed collection, but the employee, for the second time during this collection event, which began at noon, provides less than 45 milliliters of urine. The employee has up to 3 o'clock and any remaining fluids to provide an adequate amount of urine under direct observation. The employee is not given an additional 3 hours and is not offered an additional 40 ounces of fluids. If the employee ultimately fails to provide a sufficient amount of urine during the remaining time, the collector discontinues the collection, discards any specimen the employee previously provided, appropriately documents the CCF, and immediately notifies the DER and the MRO following the requirements at 49 CFR Part 40.193, subsection B4 and B5.